Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well and enjoying this beautiful and very sunny Tuesday. Today I'm going to introduce a topic that's kind of going to guide the next few weeks of my reflection videos, and it's a topic that's often called the best kept secret of the Catholic Church, and that is Catholic social teaching. Now, many of you may be really familiar with the fullness of Catholic social teaching, and others of you may have heard very little about it. And so today I'm just going to give kind of an introduction of Catholic social teaching, and in following videos I'll dive a little bit more deeply into the different principles that make up the teaching. So Catholic social teaching, or CST as it's commonly called, is church teaching that's firmly rooted in scripture and tradition. There's a common misconception that CST is kind of extra credit work for Catholics, that it's on the periphery of what the church teaches, or that it's kind of unrelated to the rest of church teaching. But in reality, CST is deeply rooted in who the church is, and living out CST is, and really always has been, central and essential to living out the Christian life. Now, CST is ultimately based upon and rooted in the church's view of who the human person is, and therefore how the human person is called to engage in society. It expresses the truth that the gospel is meant to impact every part of our lives. CST is considered to be a body of documents that began in the first document, kind of in the body of teaching, was written in 1891 by Pope Leo XIII. And it's a body of writing that has extended through the 20th century up until the present day. The most recent was Pope Francis's Fratelli Tutti, which was published in the fall of 2020. And each piece in this body of writing has responded to various social, economic, and political struggles that the world is facing. Throughout history, these have included dangerous working conditions, the arms race and the Cold War, poor countries facing heavy debt burdens, kind of this loss of a sense of human dignity in our society, as well as the destruction and degradation of the natural world and of creation. And that's just to name a few. And so the body of documents has been a response to kind of what's considered the practical atheism that came as a result of the post-Enlightenment era. And this practical atheism describes the kind of shift towards, for the first time in human history, human beings began to believe that we were capable of living and being and creating in this world without God. We began to deny our need for God, deny our dependence on God, and therefore the social doctrine of the church really focused on reasserting that human beings are not our own creators, and that all human life is a gift from God. So this assertion of who the human person is and our relationship with God is the foundation of the church's social teaching. A quote from the U.S. bishops about CST says, "Catholic social teaching is a rich treasure of wisdom about building a just society and living lives of holiness amidst the challenges of modern society." So again, rather than being considered simply kind of an extra credit project to engage in, CST is central to our call to holiness, and how we're called to live as the church. Okay, so that's a lot of information, especially if you're not super familiar with CST at this time, but hopefully that gives you a good introduction to what CST is and how it emerged. So then within CST, there are 7 main principles, and these are the life and dignity of the human person, solidarity, care for creation, the call to family, community, and participation, the preferential option for the poor, rights and responsibilities, and the dignity of work and the rights of workers. So over the next few weeks, I'll share a reflection on each of these 7 principles, looking a little bit more deeply in each of those, as well as share some beautiful witnesses of people of faith who lived really authentically Catholic lives that were rooted in Catholic social teaching. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the sunshine, and I'll look forward to talking with you again next week.